Hey students, welcome to your second parable analysis video. So you finished reading part 1 of the Joy Luck Club and now you're ready for part 2. So when you get to part 2, you know that you should expect to have a parable at the very beginning. And remember that there's 4 parts to the novel. Each part begins with a parable, and the parable establishes the theme to each part. So go ahead and read this parable so that it is very familiar to you before we go ahead and reveal what the themes are. So pause this video and go ahead and give this a read. All right. I particularly like this parable maybe the most. I think it's a really good one. And the themes within it, first is home as a place of protection. So you might see that one in there. Another theme that we have in here is miscommunications. We have the struggle for independence, obeying versus discovery. We have superstition versus manipulation versus wisdom. And so with these themes, through the second parable, what theme does Amy Tan establish for part 2? So she establishes all 4 of these themes, and some of them are going to be more apparent than others for you. For some of them, you're going to be like, oh, I know exactly how she has that theme in there. And for others, you're going to be like, oh, I don't quite see it. The good thing is you can pick which theme you analyze for, so pick one that you feel most comfortable with or that you find the most interesting. And so, there's another one. And the last but not least, the final theme is authoritative parenting coming from a place of love and fear. Okay, so that's another one. Also within there, you have your literary devices. You have symbolism, irony, polysyndeton, juxtaposition, allusion, dialogue, anaphora, and syntax. All 8 of these occur within the parable. And so what you want to consider is which device would you like to analyze to get you to one of the themes. Now you can't pick just any device and any theme. They might not match. Some of these devices lead to some of these themes. And so decide where you would like to start. You might be like, oh, I really want to do illusion. And so you might start analyzing illusion and see what theme you end up with through that analysis. Alternatively, you might be really attached to one of these themes, and instead you go looking for which one of these devices will allow for you to write on that theme. Either direction's fine. For the information on this page, it both gives you the definition of the literary device and also the purpose, which should be very helpful in the analysis because it'll kind of let you know how the device works. And so remember, you will be writing about what occurs in the parable, what is emphasized, what device you're going to use, and what quote you're going to focus on. And alternatively, you might paraphrase. If you're focusing on more than just one quote, you might be focusing on a whole part. You might paraphrase for your what. You'll also be doing the how, in which you explain how the device operates within the parable, how it works to emphasize, and how it starts to develop a message and a greater purpose. And then why Amy Tan does this. You connect it to the theme, and you kind of then fully establish the purpose of the parable, as it thematically will then apply to the rest of the part 2 in the novel. And again, if you want to return to here, this is for parable 1. We've already gone over this, but this is a really good example of kind of the expectation for what you might write. All right, so now go ahead, decide which device you're going to do, which theme you're going to do, and go ahead and analyze parable number 2. I'm excited to see what you guys come up with. Good luck. Let me know if you get stuck. I'm happy to help. Just send me a GChat, send me an email, or come to office hours. All right, bye.